Welcome back to my channel Anki Talks, and I'm sure you've been subscribing to my channel and you've been seeing the previous videos that I've shared, and I hope they are helpful to you in daily life. So now, when I'm back with another video, today I'm going to talk to you about mastering emotional intelligence in your daily life. So let's get started. Have you ever snapped on someone and regretted it just 5 minutes later? Or found yourself overwhelmed in a meeting, desperately trying to keep your cool? Yeah. You, my friend, have just encountered emotional intelligence, or maybe the lack of it. But don't you worry. Today, we are diving into mastering emotional intelligence, or you can call it EQ the fancy way, in everyday life, at work, at home, or even when that one annoying friend tries to test your patience. So, first, let's understand what is emotional intelligence. Let's break it down. It is your ability to recognize, understand, manage, and influence your own emotion and those of others. It's like having a superpower. But instead of flying or turning invisible, you get to not punch somebody in the face during a heated argument. Neat? I know. Alright, so there's this person called as Daniel Goleman. He is the OG of EQ. Says emotional intelligence has 5 key components: self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and the fifth one is social skills. We are going to break each one of them down in our real lifestyle. So let's roll. Alright, so let's see the first one, which is self-awareness. So self-awareness is knowing what you're feeling and why are you feeling that way. Sounds easy. Try doing it for a moment when you are hungry, stuck in traffic, and your boss calls. It's about pausing and thinking, wait, am I really mad at my colleague? Or am I just overwhelmed with that heavy, horrible client call? Let me give you a quick tip. Try journaling, just 5 minutes a day. You can write down things in your diary, what you feel like, if you want to share with somebody, or you can even record it in your phone, those voice notes. And you can delete them later. Nobody wants to hear you ranting on others. Alright? So, yes, the very first one is self awareness. At times, we don't know what we are feeling and why. We just need to give it a thought. At times, writing it down is better. Let's go to the second component now, which is self regulation. This is about managing those emotions, not bottling them up, and also not being a human volcano either. It's about thinking, staying calm in the chaos. Let's take an amazing example. We all know the god of cricket, Sachin Tendulkar. So, for over 2 decades, he carried the expectations of over 1 billion people every time he walked onto the pitch. Just imagine that pressure. But did you ever see him lose his cool? Rarely. Whether it was sledging, a bad umpire decision, or media criticism, Sachin responded with composure and focus. No outbursts. That calm demeanor, that ability to regulate his emotions and stay grounded. That, my friend, is emotional intelligence. And it's no surprise that he's admired not just for his runs, but for his character. So, a pro tip for you on this particular component. When you are heated, in anger, really frustrated, delay your response. Walk away. Count backwards. Channel your inner Tendulkar. Do anything that makes you just stay calm in the chaos. Think for a while and instead of reacting, respond. These are 2 very beautiful words, but very important and have a thin line to it. We react, which is instant, immediate. Somebody said something and I immediately reacted to it. But when you respond, that is after you think through. It's one of the biggest mantras of handling and mastering emotional intelligence. Now, let's move to the third component, that is motivation. No, I am not talking about all our videos that you see on YouTube or the quotes that you find and the gram that gives you the content. But I'm talking about the kind that keeps you going when no one is watching. Internal drive, my friend. Emotionally intelligent people are actually self-motivated. They don't rely on praise or perks. I know they are very important. I totally agree. But the maturity lies here. They show up, rain or shine. That is the motivation I'm talking about. So you must be thinking how to build this. I would say set small goals, reward yourself, and build habits, and reinforce your why. Whatever you are doing, why you are doing. Sounds like my previous video, right? Atomic Habits? Correct. So, equally important for emotional intelligence as well. That was our component number 3, motivation. Let's go to the fourth component now, that is empathy. No. This one is not sympathy. This is not, oh my God, poor you. My heart goes out to you. I feel so sad for you. Please don't say that. What I want you to say here is, I feel you. Empathy is the secret sauce of connection. It helps you understand people, even when you wildly disagree with them. Yes, even your parents and your in-laws. See, at times when we are at work or our personal front, we feel that the other person I'm talking to is not able to understand me. My dear friend, they feel the same. It's because there's this lack of empathy. Instead of seeing something and saying that, oh my God, I feel so bad about you, try and understand how they are feeling. Feel for them. The empathy emotion will rise and it will automatically connect you to that person. And when you will be able to understand the other person, your emotional intelligence quotient increases tremendously. Of course, it doesn't happen overnight, but it takes time and it gives you amazing results as a person. You feel more calmer. You don't end up battling all battles at the same time. Now let's go to the final and the fifth component, that is social skills. This is where all of this comes together. Can you navigate tricky conversations? Resolve conflicts without a World War III? Can you lead, persuade, and build trust at the same time? Social skills are not about being an extrovert. They're about a connection. It's not necessary for you to party with your people every single weekend to connect with them. It's about how well you converse with them without avoiding conflicts. So one tip to you, practice active listening. A better listener will always have high emotional intelligence quotient. Use names, make eye contacts, and when in doubt, ask better questions. Not just how are you doing? Rather, what's been the highlight of the week? Or maybe after a weekend or a vacation your colleague is back, you can always ask them, how was your weekend? How was your vacation? What new did you do? Were you excited? What kind of experience did you have? You would see a drastic change. You would see how the connection builds with people who are totally opposite of you also in the personality angle. So, these were the 5 components which are equally and very important when it comes to mastering emotional intelligence. Now, as we come to the closure, emotional intelligence is not just a skill, it's a power skill. It helps you lead better, love better, live better. Start small. One moment of self-awareness at a time. One pause before reacting. So, it's better to respond. One extra question to connect with that colleague who's not been talking to you, or that parent who's been furious with you. If this helped you, please give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, put your notifications on so that you do not miss out on the next video. And drop in the comments which part of EQ are you going to work on right now. I would love to hear from you. And if there's any specific topic you would want me to discuss about, please feel free to write in the comments and I will get back to you very soon. All the best to you. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.